spiritual awakening guidance, and relationship psychology. So while I am not a psychologist, I am attachment trauma informed, and I've conducted research for the inner growth mindset with psychology, sociology, and existentialism in mind. And I have a master's degree in international relations and diplomacy. And for my bachelor's in political science, I did take psychology. So I'm not an expert in it, but I'm a human, and I'm expert enough since I support people who want to be their self. It's called self-help personal development for the ones who are of the 5D collective. You want to be a real boy, real girl, real A, meaning not Pinocchio with a wooden body, which instead is where we find those who don't take one, healing their adaptive child, maladaptive child behavior seriously. So they don't take healing their trauma seriously. So they don't go to good therapists. Again, we don't lack imagination for evil. There is none. It's a forensic criminologist. He has a lovely scale. His name is Michael Stone. I love when he explains, should we really be using words that are part of our philosophical and religious texts? And then he says, but since journalists use it, all people use it, I'm going to give you a scale. And I'm like, that's a great scale. They all need good therapists. That's what it is. That's it. And then when you find out childhood trauma makes people unkind, because the ones who heal, that's their biggest regret, and that those same people become therapists, and then they help people to get out of shitty relationships. Yeah. So again, I'm attachment trauma informed. Relationship psychology here is not for the ones who want to live push-pull unfinished business relationships, because those are, again, Pinocchios with wooden bodies. In fact, they have people telling them exactly how to conduct themselves. The ones who are proactively wanting a human being, again, a real Pinocchio thing. So Pachas, 5D collective, we're Pachas. Means that we know what passion is. It's not push-pull. It's consistent, contingent communication with functional adult. It's not boring to have secure attachment. Actually, it's quite nice. My chest has no gut wrench, torn apart, no numbness, no shoving emotions down, no shame. I don't choose to fuck a man and then say, oh my gosh, you're so awful, Maria, inside my body. I'm just saying. I have no shame button, though. I forgot. I'm securely attached. I'm a differentiated 3-year-old who's a grown woman, inner child, adult. Come on over if you want to get here. It's called the Inner Growth Mindset, to tap into your infinite higher human conscious potential experience. So your spiritual awakening guidance is this, that the 5D mystics, welcome aboard. Come and join us, because I'm just mesmerized by the 4D as they continue to do what they do. I did not think they'd stick around, but they are. So on that note, I'm going to put it all the way to the side and say relationships, here's the beauty of owning your own mind, which is your divine masculine, and your own body, your own divine feminine, and that's because you're a whole self. You don't get lost, ever, or decentralized, ever. I'm 44, so ever means my 44 years of life. Again, I haven't lost Maria. She's right here, and she's a whole 3-year-old who shares her 24 hours with only those who she chooses selectively, and that makes me picky. So teenagers called me a snob, and I said, I'm just confident, unlike what you keep on doing, which seems to be doing, So I talked to teenagers in their face, and I learned that they all lied. And then they did behind the back stuff of, shame, blame, fault, revenge. And the revenge is not evil. Because again, evil, when I analyzed it, I said, hey, God, I know this evil thing. I know about the story with the fallen angel. I've understood that we get that free will to choose to be love. And so I understand what we're here to do. We're here to choose love, not fear. And that's why it's not Luciferian era. Again, let's not demonize or romanticize. The superhero capes, they have supervillains, and then they have super rescuing. And those are all people who are still their 14-month-old who think that thoughts and feelings are actively facts, and they will want to only be nice to the same people who like the same cereal. This is a study of a 14-month-old. Okay, so relationship psychology right here. I don't have a preference for you if you like the same cereal or you don't like the same cereal, but you like a cereal I don't like. So I'm learning from academics. I learn from the ones I like and don't like. And I'll notice when they're bullshitting me, because my brain works really well, because it's an integrated brain. And see, this what happens when you're going with the flow. Whose flow? Your flow, while dealing with what? Uncertainty, unwanted, unexpected. The 3 main modules of the inner growth mindset. Little did I know that I was already a functional adult at the age of 16. And also polyamory. I just didn't have the word, but solo, yep. Not because I'm alone, though, and not because of shame. No, Actually, I humor myself whenever I see men that come to me thinking they're men. And see, to me, thinking you're man means that you think because of your age that that word means something. What you don't understand is you're only going to be a man to a woman, or they, meaning a real boy, real girl, real they, relationship psychology, if you have secure attachment. Your heart stays always open, not you open, close, open, shut. No, any of that is called you are not securely attached. You have no safe haven, secure base capacity because your mood, meaning your behavior, is going to show it to me. And I'm going to pick it up in your tone because I and you are embodied brains. This is not imagination land. It's Stephen Porges land. And he's still working in the field in research so that he can prove or disprove or anyways go through the polyvagal theory. So when you meet psychologists who are done learning because they're like a Cusco, so, Pinocchio's with the wooden body, they say, I found it hard to believe, Maria, that my first 3 years of life mean anything. Well, you should learn about Peter Levine and implicit memory and how muscles, bones, tissues store a lot of stuff. But hey, let me not be the bearer of good news. Oh, yoga doesn't bring demons out of anyone. Nope, but it does bring trauma charges and more up, and that's the shame shit. And it's shit because, no 1-year-old wanted to be in a house where they got this stuff going on. Nobody wants transgenerational trauma or cultural trauma or whatever it is about genes. Yes, the genes, there's a whole bunch of data that shows exactly how this can be worked through. And 4D just keeps telling you about DNA upgrades, by the way. Yes, that's not how it's working. I noticed their bullshit at a certain point because they just kept repeating it. And I just was waiting. See, I'm a person who likes to wait. Because I'm a person who likes to be sure, as my lovely mother who knows me, I like to be sure means I want certainty. And she always says, Maria, you cannot have certainty. And I say, yes, Mom, I know this, but I'm going to have 99.9999% sure. You know why this is so important to me? Because I decided as an 8-year-old, I want to help people. And I decided how. Help you be yourself. And then I got attachment trauma informed, and they honed in the deal that I decided I would pursue. And then my content gets more and more fun and humorous because I'm also a mystic, which, by the way, some people think we're evil. Yes, sure. Okay. I know the Holy Spirit. I know God. I know Jesus. And that's intimately from here and a lot more. And anything that wants to break humans apart and create what is actually not nice at all. See, I'm a child. When I choose to use my words, I'm using words that represent how I feel about the not nice people, and then my academic brain laughs at those who have a buttload of certificates more than I will ever have, and they use words like lack of imagination for evil, and I'm just thinking of the composition of those 3 words all together, and I'm like, wow, they even have a psychology background. Like, seriously. Oh, yes, the story. I met a dude who has a psychology background. In fact, as I was telling him about the body, he told me, once I was done, all excitedly, because I thought him and his girlfriend wanted to help people, because that's what he told me. Oh, yeah, there's a bunch of mantles of mental health, remember, and mantles of yoga and mantles of spirituality. The true spirituality person knows spirituality and sciences come together. Oh, and nobody tells you what happens with your twin flame or you. There is a twin flame and twin flames, and if anybody's following the whole, what I've seen, I'm like, yeah, okay, they just need 4D to keep on telling them. That's the spiritual awakening guidance for the Elsa journey. They're on a show yourself, I'm dying to meet you, and they want to be superheroes. They are. That's called the 4th step to trauma recovery, where you have a pain point and you share it, and then you run around together like Braveheart and you are charged. And that's for the people who are Pinocchios with the wooden bodies. So they live modulated, embodied, self-aware lives, and they don't move into restorative, embodied, self-aware lives because they think that it's cool to be in this sympathetic thing because they want to walk around like Braveheart because they think that the world is a dangerous place. Now, granted, again, is it safe to be out there in the world? Well, we all need to be our own secure base, like my mother launching me out into the world and reminding me, you don't know everything, daughter of mine, so you better just kick it off. And yes, Mom, but I like to make sure that I have all my ducks in a row because that means I build a very good, solid foundation, which leads me, we're going to have some content. I don't know if it's only going to be on the audio version, but I will for sure later on share it in the community because we have some messages. We have some lovely channeled guidance messages. And it's going to take me a whole day to write it all out, but I'll read a little snippet. knowing that magic works through you when being fearless and bold in dreaming and bringing the world into being by laying a solid foundation of love, humility, and humanity, sustainability, respect, and in pursuit of balancing our ecosystem. This and more is the new equilibrium that arises from the 5D collective. The 5D collective co creates with the infinite law of the essence and matter of life in human form. They don't act as if they live life, they are life. They breathe life, and they bring forth life through the authentic self they are. They bring forth life through how they behave with each other and in their everyday, through the activities they conduct, through the relationships they build, and through the businesses they create. They bring forth life through everything they pursue with determination and perseverance, knowing that slow and steady always wins the race, because that's how you turn knowledge into wisdom and wisdom into knowledge. Just like the wisdom that comes up from the body that stores our human self story and beyond for mystics, because we connect a lot more stuff, and into the mind it goes. What arises can involve childhood trauma charges, big traumas, small traumas, and trust breaks. What arises in sensations, images, affects, meaning, and behaviors, is able to be seen, soothed, made to feel safe and secured by our mind through self-awareness, accountability, and regulation skills. And if one needs support for this, there are great therapists out there to get you to expand your window of tolerance to the emotions and thoughts that come up, and then continue integration with personal development and self-help, day-to-day activities, programs, and content like what you find here at IHP with your lovely host, content creator, and mentor, Remember One-to-One. With an inner growth mindset, we continue the process of integration and healing thanks to our capacity to welcome what comes up and hold ourself, our childhood, our thoughts and narratives, our emotions, our life events, and whatever's taking place that brings up uncertainty, unwanted, or unexpected in the forefront. And I'll read a little bit more and then I'll let you go. Understanding where you come from as a person, please use your human name. Everybody seems to not want to use their fucking name. It's like, dude, you're a human. Use your name. How old are you? Use your age, because you're going to have the first 16 of your life are your child parts. And that's if you're lucky with secure attachment. If you're unlucky, and I'm going to say it because I want to respect that all families we love are heard, Sid, Manny, Diego, okay? But if you're unlucky, then you need to reclaim yourself and not do, since humans are fucked up, I'm going to say and avoid an attachment because I don't want to do journaling or mindfulness. Sure, that shit's going on in there ain't going to go away. It's going to stay there. I mean, my panic attacks, it took me years before I was finally comfortable in the uncomfortable, and it's still uncomfortable, but I'm not dying in my brain anymore, meaning freaking out. Okay, so understanding and processing what arises from your body with your mind and heart, with love and neutrality and duality and objectivity, unconditionally loving yourself and others with imperfections and flaws. With flaws and imperfections, actually my preferred organized sounding, because see, sounds, we're all sounds, and in fact, if IHP resonates with you, you're going to be back, and if it doesn't, it's okay. And I thank you for your time, by the way, and your attention, because your time is essential to me. It's short. We're all mortals. Knowing that thoughts and emotions are not truths, they are not irrefutable facts. Wanting and creating a life of meaning and connection beyond the solo self, which is a true spirituality life. So for spirituality, awakening guidance, you are here. If you're awoke to yourself, you use your human name and you know that you're part of a human herd and you work through all that comes up. So keeping in mind our human herd and our home, Earth, with kind intention and proactive agency, because that's what allows you to continue integrating, which is why compassion is important, but the land of neutrality and duality first. So you can start navigating the Jacob personality of objectivity, and with those relationships, you get to do that thanks to being Pacha, a functional adult, not a Pinocchio with a wooden body, or a Cusco or a squirrel. Those are all unhealthy boundary people. In fact, they're low self-esteem, indirect communicators, passive-aggressive. They don't know how boundaries work, and they don't know that their behavior is of an adaptive and or maladaptive child that can be worked on. Some choose not to. They don't want to at all, like not even a little bit. And yeah, that's sad, but it is what it is. Pinocchios with wooden bodies become donkeys with ears and maybe full-on donkeys. So, on the other hand, for the 5D collective, we keep in mind our human herd and our home, and with kind intention and proactive agency, with an active desire to hold self-agency that pursues taking care of Earth and the people in a way that brings forth inner and outer well-being. So this is achieving integration and living a secure attachment, differentiated self, inner child adult that brings forth the future of our humanity. And so human evolution and consciousness. Come on over for the 5D Collective's journey. Like, share, and subscribe. And remember that relationships are loving because we accept you as you are. We don't tell you who to be. And it's easy because if I don't like something you're doing, I'm going to say I don't like it. Because that's how a child works. I won't lie. In fact, I don't know how to lie. People that know me, they know I don't like lying. I won't lie. My face will give it away immediately. And then I'll be like, So like when I was put on the spot by the dude that I didn't want to become friends with at all, and I still am not friends with him at all, but he put me on the spot. Am I not a decent enough human being to be saluted? No, it's not about decency because it has nothing to do with it. I just thought that in 3 years I made it clear I had no interest in intellectually, emotionally, or physically interacting with you whatsoever. Small talk, very small. Cold, very separate. Ignoring, very active. Proactively sending the same message and a person not being able to accept it. Yeah, that's love dependent and shame, and it's not funny. They need Terry Real. So the relationship psychology for this human being, they don't want it. They like to do what they did, or no, I don't think they like it. They just don't seem to be aware that they can get out of it, and it's 2024. So anybody who wants to stay in human suck, it's suffering. And no. Personal development, self-help done with emotions and thoughts and your own balls, vaginas, and any other word we want to use. It's I'm a real boy, real girl, real they, and secure attachment is awesome and fun, and so are functional adult love language relationships, because nobody's so insecure of, oh, did I lose him? Did I not know how to keep him right? Oh, I'm so sorry. I should have put a cord on his neck so that I could have pulled him, or other stuff too. So we're gonna have another episode, but yeah, the relationships, we don't keep a man. No, they want to stay. It's very different. What's nice is that people who want to stay, they don't have mood swings. The only ones who have mood swings are teenagers who grow up and stay adolescents, but they're fizzling out by the minute because they're modulated embodied self. Sympathetic on, dorsal vagal off. Sympathetic on, dorsal vagal off. Let me go re-traumatize myself. Let me go and do other stuff. And they actually have spiritual bypassers, a lot more that have them continue that. So to be continued on another episode. This one, we're done. Again, join us if you would like. Thank you for your time. Share, like, subscribe, and we'll see you again soon.